Luke Humphries, what brings you to the Netherlands?
I'm here because I got invited.
Yeah.
They wanted the world champion here, so really pleasure for me to be here and to be invited here. And this is my second World Championship Media Day now, which is you're doing the right things if you're getting invited to these places.
It wasn't a nice trip. Flight delayed?
Yeah, I was in Finland and a lot of cancellations. I was very lucky that they didn't cancel the flight, to be honest, which was a blessing. But yeah, it took me 4 hours extra than it should have done. But this is the perks of what I do. This just happens quite a lot, but unfortunately you just have to accept it. And I didn't get much sleep again last night, but I'm okay.
Yeah. First round, you play against Thibault Tricole or Joe Comito. What do you think of the rule that they have to play 2 games in one session?
Yeah, I find it kind of hard. When you've won a big game out on the biggest stage of them all, and you have to go and then play again, it can be harder for them than it is for me, or it can work in their favour. They could be really warm and they've had that little bit of a taste already, but it makes it a much longer day for them. And I kind of don't know who benefits the most out of it, to be honest, but it's always been that way for many years now, so it's just something that you know that happens and you have to accept it.
You think it's fair?
I don't think it's fair on them, because I feel like if you win a game that you should maybe have a day off, but I don't know how you kind of get around it unless the reigning world champion doesn't play on the first day, which is
Maybe the second day?
Yeah, maybe the second day, I think that maybe that might be different next year when there's more players. You kind of will maybe have the world champion on the first day anyway, because you maybe start from round 1. No one knows what the format's going to be next year yet.
It's a benefit for you. You're the second position at the bookies. You think it's a fair position? Luke is at 1, Luke Littler.
It's not something that worries me, to be honest. It's they go on stats and all these type of things. It's never done by who really you think is going to win it. But I was favourite last year and I won, so all the pressure's, I guess, on Luke Littler as well. If he's the favourite, everyone expects him to win. So if I win, it may be a little bit more of a shock, which is not a problem in my eyes.
In 2023, you were not invited for the Premier League. You think it works for your entire career?
Yeah, I think it was a great decision, but still to this day, I still think I should have been in it. But but of course it benefited me massively, and it kind of...
You say at number 5 of the world, right?
Yeah. So I think that, the decision that was made was the right decision. They knew what they were doing. It worked in everyone's favour, but of course it worked in my favour because I was the one that came back from that and thought, no, I'm not going to let that destroy me and make me feel down. I'm going to work harder and prove them wrong, and I did. And then I went in it and made the final. So I did prove them wrong that I probably would have been ready, but everything worked out in the right way. So I think we're happy that we missed that one.
Yeah. If we make a lineup for the 2025 season, which names are you think they are safe for the Premier League?
You want me to pick them?
Yeah.
Oh,
of course yourself, Luke Littler, Mike van Gerwen, I think.
Okay, yeah, me, Luke Littler, Mike van Gerwen. I'd have Rob Cross, Mike de Decker.
You think Mike de Decker is safe?
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's safe, but I'd put him in. Stephen Bunting.
2 more names?
Yeah, it's hard now, isn't it? I think Gary Anderson, I think Gary should just try it one more year, maybe. The next one's hard, isn't it? I guess this right now you'd probably put in Johnny Clayton, maybe, just for the fact he's world number 5, or Michael Smith. He's not had a bad year, to be honest. I think semi-final of the match play, semi-final of the Premier League, final of the World Series finals. But I think the first 6 I said, I think are the ones that should be safe. Yeah. The last 2 will all depend on what happens at the World Championships.
Yeah. Your World Cup buddy, Michael Smith. Do you think you play with him next year?
Unfortunately not. I don't think I will be, because he will have to make. I think he'll have to win the World Championships to make that a reality. Even a final might not be enough to put him over Luke. And I don't think Luke will pass it down. If he does, I'd be more than happy to play with Michael, but I don't think he will, because you never know how many chances you get being in the World Cup. Anything can happen. So,
do you think he deserved to defend his title?
It's just harsh, isn't it? You kind of won the World Cup together and you don't get to do it again. But it's not a rule. So if it's me and Luke, then everyone's going to have to watch out. And they, to be honest, because kind of the 2 best players in the world playing against each other, it would be a big shock if we didn't win the World Cup then, to be honest. But I'm very lucky that whoever I partner is going to be a great player. It could be Rob Cross, could be Dave Chisnell, Ross Smith, Nathan Aspinall. I've got all these players that are kind of it's going to be good for me. But if I'm going to guess, it's probably going to be Luke Littler, and that's going to be some formidable pairing.
Yeah. You skipped the European tour last year in the Netherlands. For your Dutch fans, you can say you will be here this year?
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I can't remember what I was doing. I was thinking
It was after the Premier League finals.
It was New York. Yes, I had to go to New York. So I obviously played the Premier League on the Thursday, and then it would have been travel to the Netherlands on the Friday, and then obviously I leave for New York on the Monday. I would have literally had a whole week away from my son extra that I didn't want to have. So that was the reason for skipping it. And I think it's different this year. New York's a month after, so I'll definitely be in the Netherlands next year, so I will be definitely in it next year, which obviously I look forward to coming to.